Thanks for helping me out with getting the semester started.
It's no problem. I didn't have anything else going on today anyways.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
So what's up with this statue? Why'd you want to meet here?
Yeah, what's his name anyways?
It's kind of sad.
He does.
Russia Minna?
Yeah, Rachmaninoff. I've heard about him. He was a Russian composer, I think. I think he passed of cancer. It's actually really interesting, like, how influential some composers from Russia were in, like, the music production here.
I'm not really into classical stuff. It's too moody.
Classical is kind of my go-to whenever I'm studying, you know. I just need to chill out and relax.
I don't know. I just don't know why they make statues of old white men. They're not really, like, influential or inspiring.
Come on, just because you don't like classical music doesn't mean it's not important to talk about it at all. I mean, without it, you probably wouldn't have half your favorite artists.
You always do this. I just don't see what's so great about this musician. How many people do you think actually go out of their way to read this?
Well, since you seem so eager to learn, he was actually one of the late Romantic composers from the Russian classical period. His work was the inspiration for songs like All By Myself and Never Gonna Fall in Love Again by Eric Carmen.
Dude, no one knows that. Well, except you, I guess. But he was a musician. He wrote music to be listened to, not to influence anyone. He's just not relevant anymore. No one listens to him, including you.
Okay, hear me out. Give me 2 months, maybe 3, and then maybe, just maybe, you'll see things differently.
I doubt that.
What are you listening to?
Hey, what you listening to?
Dude, you scared me.
Sorry, you just look so weird. What are you doing?
Nothing, I'm just listening to some music. Come on, class is starting.
Okay, let's go.
So the importance of Max Weber in this course directly has to do with his contribution to sociological theory as a theorist of rationalization. And the way he got to rationalization was that he first tried to identify the role that religion played in modern societies. But what he realized was that it was not just religion in general, which was the case with Durkheim, but a specific kind of religion, Protestantism. How Protestantism, the spread of Protestantism, was a necessary precondition for the rise of modern society through capitalism. The most obvious embodiment of rationalization is bureaucracy, and we all obviously have experienced bureaucracy. But what some of you may not know is that Max Weber also wrote one of the first books that were dedicated to developing the sociology of music, because music too is very much representation, an example, an illustration of how processes of rationalization are not just happening in various areas, but how they, and this is Weber's central argument, how they are happening essentially everywhere in society. So just as specialization, differentiation for Durkheim is a universal process in modern societies and capital accumulation in Marx, so rationalization is a process which, if we ignore it, prevents us from really getting a handle, really getting a grasp on what modern society really is like and how it is distinctive.
So what are you listening to?
Oh, it's just an old Russian composer. His name was Rachmaninoff. You know, I ran into his statue at World's Fair Park the other day, and I've been listening to him ever since.
Really? Do you like that kind of music?
Not really. What do you think about the lecture?
It was pretty good. I never thought about music like that. I'm not a big music person.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I gotta go to class. I'll see you later.
What are you listening to?
Hey, thanks for helping me study.
what a friendship.
Who are you listening to?
Actually, Rachmaninoff.
Statue guy, really?
Yeah, statue guy. Here, just listen to it for a second. Come on.
What are you listening to? Fine, I'll look for myself.
It's a Russian composer, Rachmaninoff.
Ah, yes, a Russian composer born in 1873, one of the greatest Russian romanticists. Although he was praised for his exceptional work, he is mostly glossed over to admire the greats such as Beethoven, Bach, or Mozart. He does have quite an expansive discography, but not many people know his name. Why do you listen to him?
I just like it.
I don't.
You humans are so funny. You act as if every choice you make doesn't have a million causes that are out of your control. To like something just because it's not a rational explanation, it can't be. There are reasons you like something and reasons you do not. What are your reasons?
I don't know. I just like how it sounds.
I think it's boring.
No. There is more to it. There always is. You just need to think harder.
Listen, we're just trying to study.
You can come with us.
Dude.
I think he looks funny. I want to know what's up.
Fine. Come on.
So, where did you come from anyways?
I come from here. Well, to be exact, I come from the building that was here before the University of Tennessee built this one in the 80s.
Wait, cool. So you're like a robot or something?
I am a piece of artificial intelligence created by researchers to become the most rational computing system. Although the program was abandoned in 1986 due to a lack of financial support, I succeeded in continuing my own development. You see, the basement of the old building was sealed off once the new plans were made, but it was forgotten along with the project and along with me.
That's really sad.
Not really. Because of that, I was able to develop on my own and create what I am today without the help from humans. I became better. But still, my purpose had not yet been completed.
To be rational?
To guide human decision with rational explanations. I am a completely rational being, but I cannot persuade humans if I do not know what drives them to decision.
So to make humans rational, you first need to figure out what makes them irrational, right?
No, I need to know to which rationality makes them rational.
I'm not really following.
Humans pride themselves on being rational beings. Yet many of their actions are based upon feelings and emotions, and my purpose is to understand why this happens in order to perfect human rationality.
I feel like humans are super irrational. Just don't tell my econ professor I said that.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I feel like humans just do things sometimes. Like, when I chose my perfume, I didn't do any research on it. I just picked it because I liked it.
No, but in the opposite sense, you do not like the smell of garbage because your body has a natural defense to things that could harm you. If you eat garbage, you would get sick. On the other hand, there are studies that have found the most liked smell is vanilla, which is contained in many bakery treats, and since sugar is an addictive substance as it releases dopamine in your brain that makes you happy, you like the scent of vanilla because it makes you happy. You have a Pavlovian response to vanilla. Perfectly logical.
How'd you know it was vanilla?
I must experience the world as humans do, therefore I strive to make myself more human.
Why us? Why me? Why do you care so much about what I'm listening to?
You were the anomaly. As I tried to understand humanity, I found the most common factor causing an error in my hypothesis was the existence of music. Much like the composition of a piece of music, I was created with structured code. Both code and music always use the same key components. Structured harmony, organized choirs, a symphony that only works if every piece plays their part.
You're losing me with these analogies.
Exactly my point. I know how music is made, but I cannot enjoy it. You, the average listener who doesn't even understand what a crescendo is, can enjoy it to its fullest potential. So why? But I figured out why.
And?
The reason I could not understand is because the experience is unique to all humans. There is not a single variable, there is not a single equation that can explain how one person will interpret music, but there is always something that connects the listener to the music.
You still haven't answered my question though. What makes me the outlier? Just because I decided to listen to some classical music?
You did something unexpected. You switched around the equation. Instead of listening to music and deciding if it speaks to you, you did the research. You decided to listen to his music after learning of who he was.
Okay.
Why?
I told you, I just like how it sounds.
But do you?
Yeah, but did our conversation make you feel bad enough that you started listening to him?
No, that's stupid. That's not why.
Empathy.
What?
You have empathy. Humans have the ability to relate to one another even though you are completely selfish beings. You can still challenge yourselves for the sake of others. You felt bad for Rachmaninoff.
No, I didn't. Can't you just accept that not everything has to have a reason? Look, I'm leaving. This is upsetting to say the least.
But didn't you feel bad for Mr. AI here earlier?
Okay, fine. Yeah, I felt bad for the AI because he got abandoned in some basement. And yeah, I felt bad for Rachmaninoff because he was a great composer and no one knows who he is. Isn't that what makes me human? Having empathy? So now I'm sitting here feeling bad and neither of you are feeling anything at all.
I am incapable of such feelings.
Right, I forgot. You're completely rational.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm rational. I mean, yeah, it's sad that no one stops to read his statue, but like, what is you listening to him gonna do? Boost his Spotify followers?
I mean, what else am I supposed to do? I just thought his music might contain something of value.
But why? Rachmaninoff comes from a completely different cultural and social context than you. Your empathy for him and interest in his music is an anomaly within my categorizing of the world that must be explained.
What if it can't be explained?
Everything must have an explanation within a rational and ordered universe, but human emotion in my experience has been the hardest thing to explain.
It's not like I have an intense emotional connection to Rachmaninoff. I just like his music and appreciate his contributions. I feel like everyone who contributes something to the fabric of society should be recognized. But look at you. You were abandoned and you got better. But what if you're not as good as you could have been without researchers helping you development?
Oh, I am much better.
You believe that because you made you. I didn't make me. My experiences did. I'm the sum of my collective experiences and my relationship with my surrounding society. And sometimes, the product of those experiences results in the irrational enjoyment of music like Rachmaninoff's or the appreciation of ancient architecture.
But if you are constantly basing your own identity and self-worth on those before you, then how will you grow beyond them?
Because I already have. And I have a purpose to move forward. Because someday, somebody's going to do better than me.
You know, I'm still not gonna listen to his music, right?
I know, but I don't care.
You sure?
Yeah, I just learned a lot from the whole experience, and I just wanted to give Rachmaninoff one last moment in the spotlight.
You know, I think I agree more with Mr. AI every day.
Yeah, it's not very rational.
What do you listen to?
Just a podcast about old and new artists.
You're not gonna get me to listen to that.
No promises, but there's this one artist who's really interesting, actually.